Why Nicki Minaj attracts so much hate. Welcome to Rediknow. Today we're setting our sights on New York rapper Nicki Minaj and trying to examine some of the reasons that can explain the targeted hate towards her from an ever-increasing number of hip-hop lovers. Very few artists enjoy the spotlight of fame and massive appeal for very long. Someday, for one reason or the other, fans are bound to take their attention and love to other artists. This could be abrupt, usually due to scandals like with Tekashi 6ix9ine, R. Kelly, Chris Brown, Lil Mama, Carrie Hilson, and many others. Or happens slowly due to the natural effect of time and evolution of musical tastes like with 50 Cent, T-Pain, Keisha Cole, Justin Timberlake, Rihanna, and many others. Owing to the competition amongst rap artists, this is even more pronounced in hip-hop than other musical genres. Nonetheless, this transition is rarely in the form of the targeted hate, exaggerated criticism, and sabotage like we're seeing against New York rapper Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is unquestionably one of the most successful rappers in the history of hip-hop. For the last 10 years of her musical career, she's been a top-tier player and arguably the most relevant name in female hip-hop, amassing hits, awards, and setting trends in pop culture. She's also enjoyed the undying love and support of millions of music fans around the world. Fanatics ready to defend her unconditionally in her several feuds with artists like Lil Kim, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, and Mariah Carey. Strangely, over the last 2 years, Nicki Minaj has been increasingly isolated and maliciously targeted by fans and even other hip-hop artists. From the apparent reversal of fans' perception of her role in the beef with Lil Kim, through her beef with Remy Ma, to the bad blood with Cardi B, an ever-lessening number of fans seem to side with the Queen's rapper. Even her close ties with rappers like Drake, Quavo, and Kanye West seem to be fast weakening. So what explains this sudden table turn? What is it about Nicki Minaj, good or bad, that attracts so much hate? Here are some speculations. If it's your first time here, welcome. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it. Number 1. Nicki Minaj's persistent relevance despite the rise of Cardi B. Looking back through the history of female hip-hop, it is rare to find a time when several artists share the spotlight and could be considered as dominant, even when more than one artist has been at their peak, like during the early 2000s with rappers like Eve, Trina, Missy Elliott, Lil Kim, and Remy Ma. The tendency has always been for fans to segregate and label one of them as the best. Unlike male hip-hop, where the likes of Drake, Migos, Meek Mill are widely considered to be on top at the same time, female hip-hop fans reserve only one spot for the top. As a result, when Cardi B rose to the spotlight in 2017 with her mega hit Bodak Yellow, she instantly took on millions of Nicki Minaj fans. As fan loyalty shifted, the expectation of many was that Nicki Minaj would immediately disappear into the background. Surprisingly, despite several distractions like the beef with Remy Ma and the scandal around her brother's incarceration, Nicki Minaj stayed a top player in the game, putting out hits, getting featured by other top artists, and eventually dropping her album, Queen. This obviously did not sit well with many, especially fans of other female artists. This has since been the main source of the unjustified negativity targeting Nicki Minaj, like calling her fake, plastic, angry, unaccomplished, and paying no real respect to her talent. Number 2. Nicki Minaj's mistaken self-confidence. Hip-hop is an ultra-competitive genre. Ever since the dawn of the new generation, the music has essentially been about ego and show-off. Apart from being able to address social and politically conscious topics with music, a good rapper is supposed to be able to play down competition by talking big about themselves. Usually subliminally, like with rappers like Jay-Z, Drake, and Nicki Minaj, or blatantly like with 50 Cent, Eminem, and Tupac. Regardless of the form, dissing other rappers, especially when unprovoked, is usually just an expression of self-confidence. However, for some reason, fans consider this form of expression to be creativity for some rappers and arrogance for others. Rappers like Jay-Z and Eminem get away with taunting other rappers all the time. On the other hand, the likes of 50 Cent and 6ix9ine are considered to be arrogant. Nicki Minaj happens to be one of those, whose confidence is easily taken for arrogance. Her constant subliminal references to other female rappers in her lyrics as her sons clearly get on people's nerves. However, the backlash from that, as seen from other artists like Remy Ma, Lil Kim, Iggy Azalea, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, does not bother the Queen's rapper. In pure Nicki Minaj style defiance, she has continued making references in her music that don't sit well with fans of other major female rappers, thereby worsening her very own isolation. Number 3. Nicki Minaj's contradicting stance and values. Nicki Minaj's image and values in real life often seem to conflict with the content of her music. Of the many things that are not in short supply in the rapper's music, and probably stand at the top. That's not surprising, as most, if not all, top-selling female rappers today employ the same strategy. The likes of Cardi B, Iggy Azalea, and City Girls heavily rely on lyrics and music videos to appeal to their fan base. The problem with Nicki Minaj doing the same thing is that it heavily contradicts the way she carries herself. She's proclaimed herself as classy, sophisticated diva, ultimate queen of rap, and positive role model to her young fans. She's even subliminally mocked the likes of Cardi B for relying on their past as to penetrate the music industry. However, her lyrics, music videos, and social media pictures are some of the most of all female rappers. This extreme double standards constantly opens her up to heavy criticism for being fake and a bad example. Number 4. Her apparent despair for being the best. Ego and competition occupy a big place in the hip-hop music genre. Being considered the best matters to all artists and their fans. However, nothing lasts forever. Rappers come and go, and someday a new rapper is bound to spring up and knock out the reigning champ. Before Drake, other rappers like Lil Wayne, Kanye West, 50 Cent, Eminem, Ja Rule, Jay-Z have widely been considered to be at the top of the hip-hop game before they were arguably knocked over. Even Nicki Minaj took over from other successful rappers like Lil Kim, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, Eve, who all had their time. Despite not being at their prime, all these rappers continue to make music, respect and appreciate the new generation. When it comes to Nicki Minaj, the Queen's rapper, and her fans don't seem to deal well with losing the spotlight to new rappers like Cardi B. She's made shady remarks about music labels trying to make a new her in reference to Cardi B signing with Atlantic Records. She's changed the name of her fan base from the Barbs to the Kingdom and named her album Queen, all in the bid to highlight superiority in female rap. Even her angry rant against Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner over the inferior performance of her album Queen was very unusual. While millions of fans still appreciate her music, her salty character when it comes to being the best constantly opens her up to criticism. Number 5. Too much bad blood with other music artists. Beef is a part of the hip-hop culture and is even fast crossing over to other musical genres. It helps with publicity, which directly ties back to music performance. However, beefing with too many people in the industry can have the opposite effect, as the fans of rival artists pick sides and eventually isolate one artist. When it comes to Nicki Minaj, the Queen's rapper has no shortage of enemies in the industry. Her list of rivals is probably one of the longest of any rapper. Mariah Carey, Lil Kim, Miley Cyrus, Cardi B, Remy Ma, Demi Lovato, Taylor Swift, Iggy Azalea, Stefflon Don, and the list goes on. Most of these artists are megastars with hundreds of millions of followers. Despite most of their issues with Nicki Minaj being limited to bickering on social media, it has managed to seriously cut down the Queen's rapper's fan base. All this has been to the favor of other artists like Cardi B, amplifying the negative perception of Nicki Minaj and relegating her to the back. Nicki Minaj may be many things to different people, but one thing many can agree upon is that she's become far less popular among hip-hop lovers. Despite being arguably more talented than any new female rapper today, her popularity has been in freefall for the past few years. So, it's fair to assume that her predicament is related to her character rather than talent. However, a reasonable part of the hate targeting her is simply malicious, inspired by untalented attention mongers, full of envy. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Which other reasons do you think can explain the fall in popularity of Nicki Minaj, and what can she do to change her image in the music industry? Please subscribe to our channel and check out these other cool videos we know you would love.